Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is All in the Charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment. You have to click the bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live. YouTube's. Oof, let's fucking go. We're getting a little bit of momentum coming into the market, which we're going to speak to. What's up, Pavid? Guys, this is going to be a pretty quick live stream. If things begin to pick up into the weekend, I'll definitely live stream on Sunday if any exciting developments occur. But really just wanted to spend a few moments talking about the immediate price action. And I also wanted to spend some time talking about a rather contradictory candlestick, a very bullish contradictory candlestick, and I'll explain what that means. J. Kim, welcome in. You're too kind. I don't think the person is on the live stream, but there is only one person who would know this whiskey. This is a whiskey from, it's Marlin and Barrel, which is a distillery in Fernandina Beach, Florida. So that's what I'm enjoying. I really jacked up my finger. I don't know what I did to my finger, but it is looking very retarded. Can't say that word. Sorry. I don't mean that in a bad way. That's one of those no words. It looks bad. Okay? It doesn't look good at all. In fact, it finally just popped. And it is definitely infected. This is not what I thought would happen on the live stream. Give me one moment as my finger literally just popped right on the live stream as I was messing with it. Wow, that was stellar. Stellar. There's a first on every CBG live stream. Wow. That is awesome. Oh my God. Well, that definitely answers that question. My finger had ballooned up, and to me it looked like there was pus in my finger. And I've been icing it because it's been extremely painful to lift a dumbbell. And live on All in the Charts, CBG popped the pus out of his finger. Boy, that was exciting. Wish you could have seen that. Probably would have lost all my viewers on that one. Track, let's go. 2 brain cells. Welcome in. I've seen you on a few of the streams now. Man, that is... You're not going to join any other live streams where someone pops pus out of their finger live on the live stream. Wow, that was exciting. Man, I completely lost my train of thought. I hope everyone is having a good end of the week here. It's been a good day today. My work day ended in frustration. I was trying to wrap up a Word document in Microsoft. First, Microsoft Word crashed. Then Microsoft Excel crashed. Then my computer turned black. So you know what I said? Fuck you. And I just turned off my computer and said, well, clearly I'm ending my day early. I don't feel like contending with this. So, so as I was saying, if anything exciting happens, I will live stream on Sunday. I'm currently not planning to live stream on Sunday, but if there's some exciting developments in the market, I will certainly plan to live stream. Gotta man it up. I'll be fine. I will certainly plan to live stream on Sunday, but there is currently a very contradicting candlestick. I wanted to take a look at you, and it's good for us if it does print. And I'll explain what I mean by that. Track, if I do live stream, the decision to live stream unexpectedly on a Sunday would be around the candle body close. If we're starting to get some really significant bullish momentum coming into the market on Sunday. So it'd be around like 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. But again, don't count on that. I'm not. I don't really see any material developments between now and Sunday. The other thing I'm accounting for is a more significant item that we can take a look at here, which is the monthly close. That's occurring on Wednesday. Now, Wednesday, I did share with you guys, I do plan to live stream later on Wednesday, right around that 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I'd like to look at the monthly close with you guys live together on Wednesday. So make sure to tune in for that. Sunday, again, something significant would have to happen. Monday, Tuesday, normal times. Thursday, Friday, normal times. But Wednesday is going to be a later live stream. Also, have been toying with the idea to start up the CBG podcast again once a week, audio only, live, maybe not live podcast. So look out for that. I almost did it today. I almost said forget it. I don't even feel like charting today, to be honest. I'm just going to start the podcast today. So it might be on a random day. It could be tomorrow, Sunday, next week, or next month. So make sure to look out for that. I have to work on the thumbnail, though. I need the thumbnail to be more attention-grabbing because it's a pretty boring thumbnail at the moment, but we're going to go with it for now. Let's look at this 12-hour. Nothing should be catching you by surprise. I've been sharing with you guys what I've been anticipating was sort of a bounce right up to this area here. I'm counting on a rejection here. I'm all for not getting a rejection, but because we're under this 50 simple moving average on the 12-hour, and there's also price confluence, by the way, keep note of where that price level is at, right? Now, once we move under a moving average, it acts as resistance. If you appreciate the education and the realism of popping pus live out of my finger on today's live stream, guys, I need the support on the thumbs up. Appreciate it. This 50 simple moving average, now that we're under, is going to act as resistance. Now, keep in mind, it's at 43,000, okay? We don't need to get too cute. Go to the daily. Look at the daily. The 50 simple moving average is basically at the same level, 42,900. So right around that $43,000 area, we're going to have significant resistance. Could we pop right above here and continue moving up? Yes, but that's not my predominant view. My predominant view is we'll get rejected around $43,000. Now, I had tweeted out earlier today, once we get a daily candle close above $43,000, I think that's when you can cautiously say we're going to continue our movement to the upside. I don't see that being a fake out and rolling over. Let me repeat that. I think once you see a daily close above $43,000, that's your signal that we're going to be continuing moving up, and this bottom truly is in. But I don't want you to get lost too much on these low time frames. Again, if the bottom is not in on this 12-hour candlestick here at 38,500, guys, if you're invested for the longer term here, it doesn't matter. And your investment thesis, don't lose track of this. If your viewpoint is Bitcoin is going to 80, 90, 100, 120, 140, whatever targets you have, and it's basically doubling or tripling or quadrupling from here, does it really matter if you grab Bitcoin at 38,500 or 37,500 or even $35,000, which everyone seems to be counting on happening, which lends me to believe it's not going to happen? Does it really matter? No. It's the same thing years ago when Bitcoin was at 9,800, 10,500, or 11,000. In the grand scheme of things, buying anywhere between 9,500 and 11,000, you look like a fucking genius, guys. Don't get caught up on these little 5% swings. The bigger picture is you're buying at a discounted value relative to where you see prices going. Don't lose that perspective. But the other thing I had called out on this 12-hour chart, and it's sort of playing out right now, we'll have to see if this holds true. I said I'm counting on the RSI coming up just like it is doing right now. Us coming up to around this level, kind of rolling over to around the same level here. Maybe we come down to about 40,000, 39,800 or something. But this RSI is going to create a higher low. That's what I want to see. I want to begin to see this relative strength index create higher. Whether or not it's a true bullish divergence is not the point here. Would love to see bullish divergence, but even if we come down to this price level, if price is doing this, right, and it's just going sideways, but strength is building and the relative strength index, that's what you want to see that will help lend itself to making you feel more confident that we're going to see a trend reversal to the upside. Now, Antonio, welcome in. Juan, welcome in, my friend. let's get to the contradictory candlestick. And it's a good one. This is one you're going to really want to pay attention to. And make sure that you don't have any questions. Here we go. Do you remember us looking at this chart together and me calling out the gravestone doji here? Okay, this is a gravestone doji. Okay, this is a clear trend reversal to the downside. That's what the increased probability is for. A clear trend reversal, oh man, to the downside. Okay, now the contradictory candlestick comes in at the weekly. All right, this here looks like a dragonfly doji. Now, a dragonfly doji was present. What the hell was that dragonfly doji? There was a significant dragonfly doji. Was it on the monthly? I want to give you an example of a dragonfly doji. I forget where this was. There was a predominant dragonfly doji. Was it like on a 6-month candlestick or some shit like that? Yeah, right here. So this is another example of a dragonfly. No, this is not a dragonfly doji. It's more of a candlestick, hammer candlestick. Point is, I can't find the candle I'm thinking of. But a dragonfly doji now on the weekly is a clear sign of a trend reversal to the upside. So what you have is you have this thin green body and this long wick to the downside. What sort of story does that tell? What it tells us is this is the story that's being created on the chart. We opened here. There was sell-off all the way down here, but there was seller exhaustion. And all the buyers ate up price all the way above where we opened. Okay, so you got this thin green body and this long wick to the downside representing seller exhaustion. Okay, this is a very, very, very bullish candlestick. So we sort of have two conflicting views. You could argue that on the 2-week time frame, it's more statistically meaningful because it's a higher time frame view. You won't get an argument from me on that. But I think we're splitting hairs. 2-week, weekly, very similar in terms of time frame. And now you have a bullish candlestick coming up. So it'll be interesting to see if this formation holds by Sunday's close. So this is something we'll want to keep an eye on. Again, if there are any significant developments between now and Sunday, I'll live stream on Sunday. If prices close relatively in line with where they're at here, I'm not going to live stream on Sunday, but look for basically what you guys want to look for on Sunday. You want to see Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when we close that weekly candlestick for it to close out relatively around the same price level we're at today, 41,800. So you get a close around 41,800, 42,000. We're in a good situation. And chances are, if I don't live stream about it, I'll be tweeting about it. So make sure posting about it on X. So make sure you follow me on Twitter right here if you're not at Crypto Bull God or X or whatever you want to call this platform at this point. Is anyone doing anything fun this weekend? I am getting some much needed time to myself for some meditation and self-reflection. I'm going to get up tomorrow morning. I'm going to crush the gym. I'm going to do some deadlifts tomorrow morning. And then I'm going to crush the gym tomorrow morning. And then I'm planning on grabbing something very quickly to eat. I've been doing fasting in the morning. I haven't been eating before working out. Grab something real quick to eat, and then I'm going to head off to the beach for a few hours. And I might go to this spot that I really like, that I know someone always makes fun of me that I go to, but I might go to this spot that I like. They make there's a food item they make there that I really, really, really like, which I have not had in a long time. So I might get that as well. Actually, two things I can think of from there. Trying to still watch it from this Kyle leak complication from my surgery, trying to watch my fat intake, but one of the items actually that I do like from this place are their sweet potato fries. So I it might get some sweet potato fries. We'll see. What other charts can I cover with you guys? I was looking at Caspa earlier today. You guys know I own a lot of Caspa. I've been pretty straight with you guys on that. We're still at, well, this is actually a lower time frame chart. I was just checking out the lower time frame chart, kind of seeing where price is at. Lower time frame, 12-hour, just looking at price data here. We're starting to poke our head back above this 200 simple moving average, which is good. Ideally, what you want to see for Caspa, to see renewed strength in this chart. Again, don't forget the fact that we've been in a bull flag. Nothing has changed there. I'm not going to go to the 3-day. We've looked at it plenty of times, and I've tweeted about it. We're in a bull flag. But for continued strength to come in this chart, this 10 and 20, the blue and yellow lines respectively, you do want to see them continue to curl up. You also want to push it back above this 50, because you have to think about it. If price is above the 50 simple moving average in this case, what is that actually telling us? It means that price has gotten back above where prices have been on average historically in the past 50 candlesticks. And that's going to cause this moving average to flatten out and begin to curl up, and all these lower time frames to continue to curl up as well. So we want price to shoot up into this area. We really want to see Caspa get back up to 11 cents plus. That's what you want to look for. But I have full conviction that thing is going to shoot off sooner rather than later. What other charts can we take a look at? What other charts can we take a look at? We can take a look at, obviously, total market cap. I also wanted to take a look at the Ethereum BTC chart. I think it's a very important chart you need to be paying attention to, and we're going to see how that's holding up. Now, you can see I have the Gaussian on the total for some reason. We must have been looking at this before, trying to take a alternative view on things. Let's get this watch list off. Don't know Cubic, my friend. Don't know Cubic. I know Cubert. That was a really good, it was a decent video game back in the day. It was an arcade game. I also had it for the original NES. Oh, speaking of retro, everybody, very important note. I already watched the first 2 episodes yesterday. He-Man Revolution on Netflix. He-Man Revolution did come out yesterday. Do a search for He-Man Revolution, not Revelation. Now, you do want to watch Revelation. You haven't seen Revolution first. But I will say I've been happy with the first 2 episodes. There's only 5 episodes. I'm going to be binging on that this evening, and we'll probably wrap it up this evening. If I don't wrap it up this evening, it'll certainly get wrapped up by tomorrow. So check that out on Netflix. All right, what do we got going on here? Let's get off the Gaussian. So again, nothing really has changed here. It looks like, from a weekly candle closing body basis, I wanted to see us maintain strength above this general area here, which we have. Looks like what essentially has happened here, give me a moment here. That's distracting to me. Too much noise in the background. I have the most quiet washer and dryer. Essentially what has happened, to paint an accurate portrayal for price, is we've had a monumental rise in price, okay? This is the total cryptocurrency market cap, okay? We can't go up forever. We had a rise in price of over 70%, okay? So what's happening with price indicators and what's happening with the candlesticks is we're cooling off. This is a very healthy, sustainable period of consolidation. That's all that's happened. We need stair steps up, right? That's why people need to stop getting salty about Caspa. Caspa had a monumental rise up in price from the 4-cent area up to nearly 16 cents, okay? And now what it's doing is it's consolidating in a very healthy way. Consolidation, I'll repeat this over and over again. Consolidation doesn't mean this. Consolidation can mean this. Consolidation can mean this. And consolidation can mean this, okay, down. It can mean all of those things. But this is a very healthy form of consolidation. It allows on both the Caspa chart as well as the total cryptocurrency market cap, it allows all of these price indicators to cool off. You don't want them overheated for an extended period of time. It allows the candlesticks to cool off. It's like recharging something And then once it's ready to go, it has more power and sustainability behind its next move. Okay? So it's just recharging. That's all it's doing. What other charts? We looked at Tau yesterday. You can see we basically just hit double tapped essentially resistance up here. I still feel very convicted on this yellow buy zone that I spoke to yesterday. Let's see. ACH is having ACH is having a nice day. Casper's still floating around 4 cents. Synapse has had a hell of a good run. How about the OG coins? Anything of interest here? It's going to be interesting once Doge shoots off. Doge is one of those coins that once it starts going, it's like Digibyte. Once it starts going, it's going to start going. Crypto AI. Guys, if you don't have a crypto, take this opportunity as the market has scaled back. Never financial advice, but you absolutely need to have a crypto AI play. I'm trying to think how many I actually have on this list currently. A few. Yes, my friend, I know Casper. I've charted it plenty of times. I have a video devoted to it as well. Okay, Juan, very good question. What is your exit strategy? Number one, I do plan to put out a video. I'm just going to share with you the handful, the 5 things I will be looking for that leave me feeling convicted that Bitcoin has topped or is very close to topping. Once those sell indicators trigger for me, I DCA out of my investment. Okay? Recognizing also that in generality, the money starts to flow into alts and you should start to see your altcoins top shortly thereafter. So in terms of an exit strategy, the first thing I would say is my exit strategy number 1, I'm probably going to tell you what most people would not tell you. So actually pay attention to this, please, because this may be the most important thing that we talk about today. Exit strategy number 1, remain unemotional. You're not married to an investment. You may love what Ripple and XRP are going after. You're not married to the investment. Do you think they care if you buy or sell XRP? Ripple? Do you think they care? Do any of the Bitcoin maxis care if you own or don't own Bitcoin? You can't be married to your investment. It's literally an investment and nothing more. Sell when it logically makes sense. That is number 1. Number 2, you need to respect the market, and you need to know that you will never ever consistently call perfect tops and bottoms. I think one of the worst things that can happen to a trader or investor, whatever you want to consider yourself, is you do call a perfect top or bottom on something, and then you start to think you can outsmart the market, you have a leading edge, and you're going to be able to do it again with consistency. You won't. You won't. Okay? It's like the guy that quits his 9 to 5 and thinks all of a sudden he can become a day trader. It's a lot harder than you think. All right? So number 2, as part of my exit strategy, I understand that I will not call the perfect top and bottom, so I am going to dollar cost average out of my investment. Exit strategy number 3, I come up with fib extensions. I come up with maybe measurements on the relative strength index, prior all-time highs. I come up with a range of where I think prices are going. And unless if something has substantially changed in the chart, if something does substantially change in the chart, I need to change my view. You guys know, if you've been here for a long time, bring up XRP again, I significantly modified my expectations for XRP in 2020. Okay, and I still stick by that. All right? So unless if something from your perspective significantly changes in the chart, which materially impacts your view on the chart, then you stick to where you think price is going. And then you just dollar cost average out. And exit strategy number 4 is you need to understand what your risk tolerance level is at. Maybe you have $100 invested in this market and you're going to fucking ride or die. And if you think that Bitcoin's going to $130,000, you're not selling until it gets within 5% of there, right? You're not willing to sell anything. Or maybe based on what you have invested and what your risk tolerance level is, maybe you have like $1,000 invested and you're like, all right, I think it's ultimately going to $130,000. Like I have a range between 90 and 150. Like I have this huge range. I'm going to start selling out at like $80,000. Little at 80, a little at 95, a little at 110. And then maybe you put a stop loss in. If it starts heading towards 130, you ride a moving average or something, and then it just sells out when it hits a certain price. So, but the point is, come up with a range and then stick to a plan unless something materially changes. That's what I plan on doing. I'm just sharing what I plan on doing. That is my exit strategy, my friend. Yeah, we'll take a look at Alchemy real quick. It is having a nice day today. Let's take a look at Alchemy. I would say for investments that I own, in terms of ones that have not performed as well as I would have liked to have seen, doesn't mean it's not going to perform well this year, but from a timing perspective, it certainly hasn't done as well as I would have liked to have seen. Alchemy falls in there. Same with Casper. Casper and Alchemy both have underperformed relative to where I thought they'd be at today. Let's see here. It doesn't mean that I've lost confidence in those investments, though. It just means they've underperformed from a timing perspective. So right now, this is a 2-week. Let's go to a weekly. This is a 2-week. We fell out of the falling wedge. Here's what I want you guys to hone in on for Alchemy Pay. Let's get off this proprietary indicator, which, by the way, if you would like the proprietary indicator, the Raging Bull, of course, there's other indicators here too, invite-only scripts. Let's speak to TechDev52 has some top gauge candles and some top gauge oscillators. Go to TechDev52 on X or Twitter. You should know who that is. If you don't, check out how you can get access here. Coin Chartist, the Bitcoin Bullseye, the Raging Bull indicator, and Trend Wrangler, which I use all these indicators on the reg. Okay, that's what the new kids say on the reg. I don't sound too sus, do I, when I say that? Ooh. I'm with the times, guys. I may be mid-aged here at 42, but I'm still with the times. So, damn, I'm corny. I try to be funny. I really try. I try, guys. It's been a long time since I felt like I could be myself, right? No. But Coin Chartist, that is Tony the Bull BTC. Speaking of Tony the Bull BTC, I am completely going on a tangent. We're going to get back to this chart. I sent him a message, and maybe that's him replying to me. I sent him a message. I completely missed the fact that he tweeted this out. This is one of the nicest tweets, or the nicest posts, the nicest things someone has shared with me. I can't tell you. I shared this on my Thursday stream when I came back over a week ago to YouTube. My greatest passion in life is working out, hitting the weights, just fucking crushing it in the mornings, right? If I could make a full-time job out of that, sometimes I think I should just make a full-time job out of that. But anyway, just to know that sometimes in life, okay, and this is why it's really important to check yourself and making sure you're always representing who you are as an individual to others very well. You never know who's taking notice. You never know who you could potentially influence and who's making note of the things you're saying and doing in life. I had no idea till he posted this that I had an impact on him like this. Like, read what he said here. He was on here. I spoke to him about coming back on the show at some point soon. Definitely looking forward to that. He's just a really nice guy. He said I inspired him to get back into the gym at age 40. Actually, Tony, by the way, I wasn't going to call you out on this, but you're the same age as me. You're 42, my friend. And several months later, I'm in as good of shape as I was in my 20s as a personal trainer. And I remember the discussion we had before we went live. And I think I know what he's talking about. So, and then he says, huge thanks. good people build others around them. Like it literally gives me goosebumps. When you have things happen to you in life, it's not cliche. I'm just going to tell you how I feel. When you have certain things happen to you in life, you know how short life is. You really do. And unfortunately, we're here for a very brief moment in time. No matter how long life seems, we are here for a very brief moment in time. And so you have an opportunity in life to help other people. It could be whatever. It could be volunteer servicing. It could be donations. It could be helping to inspire somebody and just being a positive influence. But I just see the value in this sort of thing more than anything else. I see the value in coming out here charting and trying to be as authentic as I can with you guys to try to help your investment strategy as being about as helpful as I can be in this nature. So just keep that in mind moving through life. I really mean that. So this is a weekly chart. Now, in terms of where these areas of resistance were drawn at, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I drew them on a 3-day chart, a weekly chart, a 2-week chart. It looks like it might have been a 3-day chart, which is a very common chart for me to use. When you draw areas of price confluence, your time frame does matter. If I draw this chart on a 3-day time frame, my areas of price confluence will look different than a monthly time frame, as an example, okay? Or a 12-hour time frame, right? More price data. The areas of price confluence are going to look a lot different, right? Let's focus on the 3-day because I think that's where I drew this from. So I want to definitively get back above 1.85 cents. Okay, we need to get back above there. But as much as I've been disappointed and we haven't gone higher here and gotten up to some of these higher price levels towards 6 cents, 10 cents, one thing is certain. We can go back, and I'm pointing out the falling wedge here. You can take a couple different perspectives on this, okay? So perspective one is, as it relates to the bullish structure and building the case that this chart is still bullish. You can say this is a low, a high, and a higher low. And we're waiting for the higher high to come in, which I think is going to be significantly higher than 5 cents. I'm targeting, you can see where I'm targeting. I'm targeting up here, it looks like between 17 and 24 cents. Okay, perspective number two is, okay, and that's accurate. Perspective number two is we've broken out of this falling wedge, right? We're in a falling wedge for, many, many months. We had a low here, we have a high here, and we have a higher low here, right? We've done this so far. So we just have to be patient, and we need to wait for prices to really start getting up towards that 4 to 7 cent range, okay? So that's why CO now could be paid. There's really nothing else to speak to here. We can take a quick look at the price indicators. There's really nothing else significant to speak to here. It looks like the MACD wants to cross back up, get some momentum going, but that's what I see in the charts. I will take a look at, seeing at what time it is, guys, I'll take a look at one more chart with you guys. I'll take a look at LRC only because loop ring I'm very familiar with. I held a position. Actually, I still hold a position in that. I shouldn't say that. I still do. I do hold a small position in loop ring. This is still my expectation. This is on the weekly. Price indicators look okay. We're still a little oversold. MACD's fine. Stochastic RSI. We're above 20. Looks like we want to cross up. Broke out of a falling wedge. Similar comments, quite honestly, as Alchemy Pay, with the exception that this was essentially a double bottom here. Okay, so there is no low, high, and a higher low. This was actually a double bottom here. This is a double bottom. Yes, we went a little bit lower, but it's a double bottom. The perspective I would take here personally is that we have a low here. We broke out here. We got a higher low. Let's hold the higher low and let's start breaking to the upside. I think once we do start to break to the upside, this target, 48 to 66 cents, which is my swing trade play personally, that's what I'm waiting for to scale out. So once we start to get into this 48 to 66 cent area, more than likely I'm going to begin to scale out of this position and look for other swing trade plays. the thing you have to recognize is even if you miss, like in this, for instance, I'm not invested in loop ring. Even if you've missed a trade, a swing trade play, there are thousands of other crypto plays charts that you can take a look at. So never feel bad if you missed a great swing trade play, because there's plenty of other opportunities out there. You just have to be willing to work for it, look for those opportunities. So that's why I see on loop ring. I really don't have too much to offer besides that. But we fell out of this falling wedge. We've built a higher low. We're just waiting for momentum to continue to the upside here. Let me see if there's any bullish divergence or anything on some of the smaller time frames. No. I mean, the one thing that's good to see, you can see the relative strength index as price was going down and now going sideways. You can see in general we're increasing, but not too much. Okay, 3-day you can see it better, actually. Not too much else to point out here, guys. Juan, thank you. I look 32, though. I'm going to toot my own horn for a second. So one of my favorite parts of this whole process was, and I know this person isn't listening, else they would roll their eyes, but she actually went to the bathroom, and I heard her laugh when this comment was made. So when I went to the endocrinologist, it was my first visit to the endocrinologist to get checked up. I shared all this stuff with you guys on the live stream last week. And good endocrinologist. He seems like a nice guy. I was actually just on the phone with him today. I go to check out, and I said, am I all set to go? And the girl looks at my paperwork, and she goes, you look like you're 24. Now, look. And this was a young girl. This was a very young girl. And I thought to myself, either this girl doesn't see I'm with another girl, and she's, maybe she's saying something, and she's, be a little flirtatious, or she's blind. Because I will take 32. I do think I look several years younger than 42. But I do not look 24. That girl, or she could have been on drugs. I mean, it could have been one or the other. She was a little high, so... but it felt nice, especially when you're going through things physically and you don't feel like yourself, and there are things mentally that you can't help, like your hormones are off, so you're just not in a really great place some days. When someone pays you a compliment like that, you're like, man, I'm going to take that shit. I look like I'm 24. Yeah! So, but there's no way in hell I look like I'm 24. What's up, Evan? You just caught the end of the live stream. So keep an eye on this weekly close for Bitcoin. Dragonfly Doji may potentially be in play. Keep an eye to close around current price levels. We really want to see price close. Let me give you an exact level. All right, what I would want to see from price, let's close at about 41, anywhere between around 41,600 to 42,000. If we can close on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time between 41,650 to 42,000, we have ourselves a Dragonfly Doji. Now, obviously, if we close above 42,000, that's great too. So maybe I should just say, let's close the week above 41,650. If we get a significant push this weekend, sometimes Bitcoin does the unexpected. If we start to look like we're going to close at 43,000 or above, that's where I'm going to draw the level. I'll make a commitment to you guys. On Sunday, if it looks like we're going to close at $43,000 or above on our Sunday candlestick, CBG is going live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because that will be very, very, very bullish for us. All right? I am going to let you guys go. Have a good weekend if we don't chat. Look out for the CBG podcast whenever the hell I feel like launching that. Make sure you click the bell icon for all notifications. Try to get out there and enjoy the weather, as long as you won't get hypothermia from the weather if you're in the cold. It's fucking beautiful out here in South Florida. It's been cloudy and miserable forever, but finally the sunshine is back, so I'm going to get out and enjoy it this entire weekend. And until next time, everybody, let's all spread awareness and let's carry cha-ching, the education forward. Take care, everybody. Good to see you.